I found really the program really, really interesting. There is only one problem I have with the Jehovah's. And I thank God that today people are testifying that of the truth. Without Christ, there is nothing we can do. My problem is, in what name do they come to preach the word of God? If the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God, and they proclaim they are coming to tell me the word, in which name are they coming to?
Yeah. Yes.
Two, I'll find out that they are some of them, most of them, are really depressed.
Oh, yeah.
Ask me how. If they come and they find that you are really rooted in the world, they don't even want to talk to you anymore. Apart from that, they have a very awkward way of living, as if they are not part of the world. Come what may, we are in the world. I'm not saying they should associate themselves with the world, but some of their life, it could have been better if they say they are of the world. Because that kind of life, you have to see it in the world, not in church.
Yeah,
I have a sister-in-law, because I'm not a witness. It's not really, really nice with me.
It's true. I mean, a number of those things that you've mentioned there, Rachel, are things which have already been touched on this afternoon. What we need to do, of course, is, if they allow us, is to reach out, is to love them and to share with them. That's what we need to do. And if they refuse that, that's one thing, but we will not refuse to share with them and talk with them. Yeah, bless you, Rachel. Thank you for that. Thank you so much indeed. Let's move on to Peter. Peter, good afternoon, Peter.
Hello there.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. I've spoken to you before.
I know you have. I knew you were going to ring today.
I've been a Jehovah's Witness for 38 years.
I knew you were going to ring.
Right, I've been a Jehovah's Witness for 38 years.
Right.
And I do not feel like these two do. You never hear anything nice from people who are Jehovah's Witnesses say about Jehovah's Witnesses. Always denigrating.
I don't think they've actually denigrated at all today. In fact, Peter, if you go back and replay the program, whereas, yes, they disagree with the witnesses now, they've talked about love, they've talked about compassion, they've talked about reaching out to them. That's not denigrating, is it?
Have you ever heard of a scholar called David Jason Bedern?
Sorry, who?
David Jason Bedern.
Yes, I've heard of him. In fact, I've got a great article about him on my website.
He agrees with John 1:1.
I think
John 1:1.
With qualifications.
Pardon?
With qualifications.
Because he's a Greek scholar.
Yeah,
Are you a Greek scholar?
I know a little bit of Greek, but...
A little bit. Are you a Greek scholar?
Peter, can I say, if you want to switch things, for every one Greek scholar that in some way accepts John 1:1, I can actually give you 5 that reject your understanding.
Yeah, but not very good Greek scholars.
But I see. If they don't agree with you, they're not good ones.
He's a good Greek scholar.
Dear.
I understand what you're saying, Peter.
Could I just quote this to you, please?
Please, do. Go on, I'll let you.
What do you think of this translation there, then?
What? Think of what?
This translation. It's the English, emphatic dialogue, interlinear reading by Benjamin. And thy God was the Word. Is that wrong? And thy God was the Word.
Yes. And that God is a big G, is it not?
And the Word was a divine being.
Yes.
Is that wrong?
And yes. And what is a divine being?
A God.
Exactly.
A God.
Yeah. So is he a big God or a little God?
Well, it's a God. The angel's a God.
Okay. So Jesus is a God.
Jesus is a God, yeah.
Yeah, and therefore, how many gods are there, Peter?
What?
How many gods are there?
There's one true God.
There's one, so Jesus is a false God.
No, Jesus is a God.
So he is a true God.
Angel's a God.
So Jesus is a true God.
No, Jesus isn't. Jesus is a God, but he's not the true God.
So how many gods are there?
Well, there's thousands of gods.
Oh, I see. And there's only... But I'm not just trying to catch you out, because I'm having problem with your logic here, Peter. Because if there's only one true God, and Jesus is a true God, not a false God, then Jesus has to be part of the one true God.
Jesus is the Son of God.
Yeah, but yet now you're now changing the goalposts. Yeah.
The Trinity is false.
Is Jesus true or...
Not just Jehovah's Witnesses say the Trinity is false, it's other organisations.
Is Jehovah's Witness a true God or Jehovah's Witness. Is Jesus a true God or a false God?
He is a God. He's not
true or false?
God. He's not the creator.
No, you see, you're not prepared to answer the question. Let Peter ask you another question.
Peter, can I just make two points? First of all, Peter, at no point have we sought to denigrate Jehovah's Witnesses, personally or organisationally. Yes, we have disagreements with them over theology, but we have the greatest love for them, we have the greatest respect for them. So let me make that point straight away. Just coming back to John 1:1, and obviously we could talk at length about the theology of it, but one of the arguments that the witnesses would make in translating John 1:1 is the fact that there is no indefinite article in Greek.
That's right, and that's sound.
So I think that's right, isn't it? So they're saying that we're translating John 1:1 as a God on the basis of the context. If it had said that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, with God, and the Word was the God, ho theos, that would be a completely different thing. That would certainly indicate that Jesus was equivalent to God, was God the Son.
That's right.
Okay. Now, the interesting comparison here, Peter, is with John 20. Yes. And you remember that it was in the upper room where Jesus came through and appeared to the disciples. And Thomas, as you remember, said, unless I can actually physically see him, touch him, put my hand in his side, touch his wounds, I won't believe it's him. Jesus then appeared to the disciples and then said to them, come on, Thomas, do it. Come and put your hands in my side and your fingers in my wounds. At that point, Thomas fell down and said, and this is...
My God, I know.
Hang on a second, just a minute, Peter. I'm reading now from the Kingdom Interlinear version from John 20 and 28. And he said, answered Thomas, and he said to him, the Lord, the Lord of me, and the God of me. So it's the God, ho theos, ho Kyrios, the Lord, and ho theos, the God of me. If, as when we were in the witnesses' argument was to say, well, in fact, Thomas was very bad, Thomas was actually blaspheming, then Jesus would have corrected him. In fact, Jesus said to him, great, well done, Thomas. It's a shame you didn't realize that before, but you've got the point now. And I think that is a very, very strong argument, Peter, to indicate that Thomas at least accepted the deity of Christ.
Did you?
Peter, I'm being told the phone's ringing off the hook.
So, God?
Pardon?
Did you know that Jesus has a God?
Well, okay, I tell you what, Peter, I've offered this challenge to
my father and your father.
Peter, hang on. I've offered you this challenge before. I would like you not just to ring up, but I would like you to come here and sit with either with Peter or Dave, and we will talk this through. So please take me up on that offer. Okay, and we can have a whole program where you will come on and we will share and we will talk through these things in a relaxed way. So please make contact with me. I want you here. Okay, Peter. Thanks very much indeed. So, guys, I know what we're going to do. We're going to take as many calls as we can. Emails are coming in. Even my daughter says, hey, great testimonials today. Even she likes you. So,
oh, dear.
You can't be that bad. But what we will also do is try and get these guys back early in the new year, and we will open the phone lines much earlier. Now we've set the scene for you. But John from Derby next. Hi, John.
Hi, Doug. Hi.
Fine. How you doing?
Hi, John.
Doing well, thank you. How do they cope with Isaiah 43, which is one of their favourite verses where it says, you are, and verse 10,